Talladega Super Speedway lives up to its name. Of all the closed-circuit motorsports facilities in the world where sanctioned auto races are held, it is the fastest. Constructed by the France family 10 years after Daytona, Talladega was built slightly longer at 2.66 miles with steeper 33-degree banking, which guaranteed record-setting speeds. The pole speed for NASCAR's first race in 1969 was a stunning 199.466 miles per hour, almost 30 miles per hour faster than the Indy cars were then lapping at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Rule changes in 1987 meant that Bill Elliott's 212.809 mile per hour lap will likely stand forever as the qualifying record at Talladega and for NASCAR. Talladega is still the fastest track on the schedule. It holds the record for the fastest 500-mile stock car race at 188.354 miles per hour, Mark Martin's winning speed in May of '97, and produces some of the most exciting door-to-door racing every year. Talladega Super Speedway puts on 5 separate race events each year as host to the NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity, Camping World Trucks, and the ARCA Series. Tonight, the Numb Thumbs Racing ARCA Series. It's playoff time. It's coming up next on HBR TV. Good afternoon and welcome everyone to virtual Talladega Super Speedway. I'm Steve Singer with HBR TV. Practice is complete. Let's take a look. Get an eyeball here of those results. Again, kind of a moot point when we talk about qualifying, but Richard Gray was quickest, 49.676. Everybody else all the way back down, pretty tight times as far as that concerned, down to the 7th position. But again, that's all likely to be in the draft. Some slower times, maybe some late ads. But either way, qualifying is underway about 2 minutes into this 10-minute session. Let's go down trackside and get a look who is on track at this point in time. Matthew Smith out of Bellingham, Washington, co-owner of KV Motorsports. Mark Collins goes fastest so far, 53.53. The 16 of Joe Robert, just about 6.5 tenths off that time, at least thus far. Smith going to cross the line here. Again, start-finish just past the tri-oval, right at pit exit. A little different from Daytona. Smith's lap 53.985. That's second quick so far. Derek Welch just leaving pit lane. He's up to speed or coming up to speed down the back straightaway. It takes a while to get these ARCA cars up to full song. Derek taking the green flag on his first lap of his attempt. While we watch Derek Welch, Vincent Short has also pulled onto the racing surface. He's on his out lap for qualifying. While we have the opportunity, let's take a look at the current point standings coming into tonight. Vincent Short On top of the board, Derek Welch just 2 points back. Joe Robert, Mark Collins, Dave Hoytsman, that's the top 5. And then we have Richard Gray, John Osborne, Tom Barish, Seth Hawley, and Nate Stanley. 67-point swing from top to bottom. Last week, Homestead Miami's race winner, Ricky Fagan. Pole winner, Derek Welch. And of course, tonight's race here at Talladega. Vincent Short led the most laps last week. Biggest mover of the race was Mark Collins. Vince Short also had the quickest lap, 33.748. That is getting it around Homestead Miami Speedway. See how things transgress here tonight. First lap for Welch, 53.547. Pretty good first lap, fourth quick. We're going to stick with Derek here, see where he locks in. Will say this much, I'm not super familiar with how Derek runs on the super speedways. As his second lap is a tick faster, about a tenth faster, third fast. But Vincent Short, I do know quite a bit, runs pretty well on the super speedways. He's got the qualifying end figured out, usually pretty decent in the draft as well. It's a matter of staying out of trouble and keeping that car clean. They do have 2 faster pairs if needed. Vince's first lap, a 53.402. Vince Short through the tri-oval, crosses the stripe. P2 outside front row, 53.371, just missed it. Smith with a 53.35. David Hart. Second lap, 53.503. That's going to put him P6. James Bowden, first lap, 53.913. Let's see if he can pick it up here. Usually the case when you have a real slow first lap, kind of a throwaway, and he does. Top of the board, pole position for Bowden, 53.349 miles per hour. I'm sorry, seconds for that matter. We're not talking highway speed here. James Bowden on that second lap locks in the pole position. There are a couple other drivers left to take time. Many will not, simply for the fact that super speedway racing, they may opt just to start in the rear, which is perfectly fine. We will take this opportunity to take a quick break, step aside here before we get to our starting grid, and get a word here from Admin Boxx. We'll be back after this. Told you it'd be quick. We're back. Qualifying's not even done here. About a minute and 20 remain. Looks like Jake Roel on the speedway. About to take the green flag here for his first of 2 laps around Talladega Super Speedway. Already got some chat action in the stream chat. Eddie Rose, Eddie, thanks for chiming in, saying hello. Thanks for watching. Jake running, it looks like a throwback Ryan Newman paint scheme. First lap for Roel, 53.57. That's going to do it, though. Qualifying wrapping up before he can complete the second lap. So that's going to do it. Field is set. Not everybody taking a time, but again, that is just fine. But let's go down to our starting grid for tonight's Numb Thumbs Racing ARCA Series playoff race from Talladega Superspeedway. On the pole position, it is indeed the 53 machine of James Bowden, a time of 53.349 seconds. To his outside with KB Motorsports, it's the 14 of Matthew Smith, just 6 1,000ths shy of taking that top spot. Still a front row, but I'm sure he wanted that P1. Row number 2, Vincent Short with Holler Boys Racing, 21 hundredths of a second off pole. And the 015 Joe Robert to his outside in the 16. Championship contender, second place in the standings, Derek Welch. He rolls off from the 5th position. Mark Collins, the number 45, he'll start 6th. Dave Harden, the number 34, out of Pennsylvania. He rolls off from the 7th starting position with Dave Hoytsma with CTC Racing, the number 79. He'll start 8th. Jake Roel, late to the grid, at least late to the qualifying party, so to speak. Still clocked in the 9th fast time. Number 39 machine will start 9th. Ricky Fagan won some races so far this year, not in the championship hunt, but he'll start from the 10th position. 11th goes to Nathan Mann, or Mann, I'm not sure. I'm going to go with Mann. The number 30 starts 11th. Stan Carnathan? We're going to go with that. Starts 12th. 13th starting position, it's Mike LeBlanc. LeBlanc, the number 75 out of New England. 14th, Tim Stubblefield. Number 92 starts 14th. Ken Stocks, the number 28, he'll be 15th starting position. Richard Gray, the 110, he'll start 16th. Last, not least, number 55, Numb Thumbs Racing, Tom Barish, starts 17th and shotgun on the field. I think it's more of a decision on his part than anything else. I don't believe he even took a time in qualifying. Nonetheless, that's his prerogative. But that's your starting grid here from Talladega Superspeedway, the Numb Thumbs Racing ARCA Series. Again, we're in the playoffs now, so let's see how things go. These guys are going to be their typical aggressive selves out here at Talladega Superspeedway, or no, maybe? I certainly hope so. We're going to find out. Just so everybody knows, in case this is your first Numb Thumbs race, stages will be at lap 20 and lap 40. Again, 80 laps to call it a race, just a hair over 212 miles. Jessica Stubblefield, Stubbs Nation showing up on a Saturday night. Lauren Stubblefield as well. Zach Millett, the hunt for some... Oh, jeez. We'll leave that one alone. Thanks, Zach. Anyway, pace car about ready to peel off the racetrack, and we're going to get the green flag here from Talladega in just a moment. Again, we talked about it a little bit briefly in qualifying, start finish, not in the traditional place. But the green flag waves, and we are underway from Talladega. Field still coming up to speed down the back straightaway. James Bowden still with the lead out in front. The number 53 Interstate Batteries machine, Vincent Short, closely tucked under the back bumper of that Pontiac Grand Prix. at the stripe. Bowden's going to lead lap number 1. Short again, still right there at the bottom. He likes to be out front, doesn't want to waste any time. He's got to be careful how much aggression he uses as Derek Welch makes a move to the outside. Looks like he's going to take the top spot, at least for that top lane, that outside lane. Field working into turn number 3. Bowden still with the top spot. Short, Welch, the top 3. Then Harden and Smith back to the top 5. Just like that, Vincent Short making a move for the top spot through the tri-oval. Short's going to lead this lap, crossing the line, but Derek Welch, he's not playing either. He's looking to the outside. He wants a piece of that outside. He wants the top spot as they work through turns 1 and 2. A little bit of drafting help for Welch, and oh, we got a car around already. Caution on the speedway. 3, 4, 5 cars involved at least. Ricky Fagan, one of them. Possibly Dave Harden as well. Let's get a look at it here. Ignore that. 16 turns the 14 mid-corner. So Joe Robert, the pusher there, and Matthew Smith, the push-E. Oh, he got into him hard. You cannot push with these cars. You certainly cannot push mid-corner, especially with that kind of a closing rate. Early caution here at Talladega Superspeedway. Derek Welch, the lead car when it happened. We'll get that replay transition corrected awfully quick here for you guys. Not gonna lie, accidentally overwrote the original Numb Thumbs overlay with another league's overlay, and there's one part that I missed, and that is the replay transition. Everything else I got done last night, except for that. Not to worry though, it's good as new. Let's try this again here. Oh man, yeah, he really got into him solid. Wasn't even really centered, he was a little bit to the right side. And you look at the back bumper on the 14, I don't know if anybody caught that. It says, "I'll remember that." I'm sure he will. Race drivers are like elephants. They forget nothing. We'll see how this plays out moving forward. So interestingly, it looks like Vince Welch was in the lead for a moment. Now it looks like he's tucked back in behind Vincent Short. Don't know if maybe this is him opting for a different lane for the next restart, or if indeed Vince was out in front at the time of the caution. Could be the case. So 5 laps in, currently under the yellow flag. Sean Reese says, take slow mode off of chat. I can't do it because as soon as I do that, all I get is a flood of naked HD. So So unfortunately, I got to leave it on. It's there for a reason. Don't know why it works, but it seems to work, because they spam the daylights out of the stream chat. Zach Millett, he's got one thing on his mind, apparently. Millett, are you at the Hooters in Orlando right now? I've been to that one. If it's even still there. Though I do have a pinned comment here in the stream chat. I wholeheartedly want you guys to interact like you have been, and so I certainly appreciate that early on. Chat it up, keep it as PG as you can. Other than that, certainly appreciate it. Early on, you've already surpassed what some of the other leagues' stream chats look like, even at the end of the race, and we're only 6 laps in here, so certainly appreciate the participation this early on, so keep it up. Yes, I know, slow mode's on. Well, Millett, if it's still there, make sure you at least get one order of hot breaded, man. You got to do it. Get the tots. Hooters is famous for the tots. Tots. Oh, now I see why you're saying it. The 16's got the Hooters sponsor. Even better. Joe Roberts sporting the number 16, a white and orange Hooters livery. So right on board with Derek Welch. You see the pace car lights are indeed out. That means we will get the green flag this time by. We are on the 1 to go. Welch just saying hi to Vince Short there. A little tap to the right side door. Field's got a ways to go. This gives you the example here, the start-finish line past pit exit. And if we were at Daytona, it's going to be kind of smack dab in the middle of pit road. You see the field working through the tri-oval here at the top left of your screen. Barney, the flag man, holds the green. We wait for him to throw it. It is out, and it is waving back to green flag action here from Talladega Superspeedway. Lap 7 goes up on the board. Vince Short still with the lead. Welch ducks down to the bottom here, takes the second position. James Bowden, Jake Roll, Joe Robert, the top 5. And Jake Roll out in front now. He slots down in front of the Derek Welch machine. Welch slips up the bottom groove just a bit. Short gives him some room, albeit only about 6 inches. It's all you need here at Talladega Superspeedway. Roll with the top spot. The 16 of Joe Robert looking to the outside. He's got a little bit of help in the form of Nathan Mann. Again, another wiggle there by Jake Roll. Cannot keep that car in the bottom yellow line there. Slides up a little bit. Do that late in the race here. You open the door just enough. Someone's going to stick the nose in there and take advantage. You're not ready for it. You're moving backwards before you know it. Vincent Short looking to the outside. Slots up to the second row. That outside line with the 16 of Joe Robert there. See if you can pick him up and use him for some drafting help. Trying to get a feel for what lane is going to be best, top or bottom. Right now, Vince just trying to think, what lane can I go in that Derek is not in? Because you cannot pass if you just continue to follow. doing exactly that. Change lanes. He's got some help from the 16. Now Vince Short to the outside, looking for the top spot. Pretty evenly matched here off the corner, down the back straightaway. Top three, Roll, Short, Welch. Then we got Robert, Nathan Mann. That's the top five. Derek Welch making a move for the lead through the tri-oval. Not a lot of help. Short kind of checks up just a bit. Allows Joe Robert in the 16 to go to the high side. Maybe 3 wide it is. 3 wide for the lead at Talladega. Robert thinks better of it. Jake Roll maintains the top spot. Nathan Mann there, the number 30 Piedmont Airlines entry. Good looking car. Vince Short not content with riding behind the 1. 3 wide for the lead into turn number 3. Vince Short a nose out in front for a moment, but the 39 powers it down the bottom. Good battle here at the front of the field. Top 6 under a blanket as we cross the stripe for lap number 11. Got quite the fan base here in the stream chat for Tim Stubblefield, running in the 9th position, the number 92 machine. Meanwhile, back out in the front, we have a battle for the lead once again. 3 wide battle for the top spots. All 6 of these drivers, 3 wide, 2 rows deep as they come off turn number 4. Derek Welch continuing to lead there in that center lane. Not for long, though. He's losing some momentum off the corner. Joe Robert takes the top spot back. Welch goes from leading into 3 to P7 through the tri-oval. Lauren Stubblefield. The 92 is a beautiful paint scheme. I have to agree, Lauren. It does look pretty sharp up there. Now he's working top side. Stubblefield still 9th, but he was right there. Didn't have enough help to work his way towards the front, but he's slowly but surely trying to work his way up there. Checked up, didn't like what he saw. He's going to regroup here, trying to make another run back towards the front. Vincent Short back out front with the lead, only by a nose. The 82 coming into the fold here. That's Stan Carnathan. For some reason, that one's tough to say. It's not that hard to spell, but I got it. The 82 battling for the top spot. Little help coming from the 39 of Jake Roel. Or Roll. We're going to go Roel, double L. Oh, close quarters battle here at the Speedway. Almost contact between the 39 and the 015. Derek Welch tucks in behind Vincent Short in the center lane, providing a little bit of draft assistance. Great racing action here from Talladega Super Speedway. Oh, cross up there. 82 goes up into Derek Welch, and we've got a wreck behind the leaders. Derek Welch hard into the wall. That's going to mean a fast repair for the one. Just barely did Vincent Short get through that one. Didn't catch it right away. I think it might have been the 75 of LeBlanc. Had an issue, maybe got left sides on the apron, and up the track he went. See if we can get a look at it here. Well, that's the 75 going around. Who is in the 82? That is Stan Carnathan. So we'll restart it here with that machine. I'm going to have to rewind it here. It doesn't catch it quite soon enough. Here we go. Got the 39 push, and again, we talked about it early on in the race. It's very difficult to safely push with these cars. It is very early on in the race, and I don't know if the 82 checked up on the corner entry or if the 39 just threw caution to the wind, but he gets into the 82, sends him up the track into the one of Derek Welch, which chain reaction crash. It sends everybody up topside. Welch into the outside safer barrier, 75 around. Under our second caution of the day. Lauren Stubblefield, share it on Facebook. We are already on Facebook. We do both of them at the same time. Multi-streaming, so if you want to find us at facebook.com/HBRTV and the number 1, we are live streaming currently there as well. So both of them are available for your viewing pleasure. Check them out. With that, we're going to take a side-by-side break. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Talladega Super Speedway, the Numb Thumbs Racing League ARCA Series. Completing our second caution of the afternoon. You saw the parties involved there. Big wreck. Derek Welch, the most notable there, involved in that. Again, battling for a championship here, coming in 2 points shy of the lead. Vincent Short has that lead. And those of you looking for a Facebook link, I did post it in the YouTube chat. So there is a link there if you want to work your way over there. That is fine. I can monitor both chats from here, so feel free to participate, both sides, whatever you want to do. But in case that's what you're looking for, there you have it. Pace car about to peel off. Vincent Short going to handle the restart here.
Ready, green flag.
Green flag flies. Vincent Short in the gas. Not too big of a jump. Something you don't want to see on a super speedway is a really, really good jump all by yourself, because if the guys behind you don't really go, kind of puts you on your own island out there in front. Everybody in behind can utilize the draft together. They can get lined up and completely freight train you as the leader. So 39 gets to the back bumper of Vincent Short. Soft turn number 2, Jake Roel. We've said it a bunch here. We've said you can't push. You can. It's dangerous. Some guys are better at it than others. It seems Jake Roel does have it figured out. You obviously don't want to do it in the corners, but you got. Oh, and he turns him! Just as I say that, Vincent Short, hard impact to the inside safer barrier. Caution does not come out, but he is just straight up dumped off turn 4. There's the yellow.
Is it like a protein shake or a bar or anything like that?
We were just talking about how you can get away with pushing, but this is a prime example as to why you can't. Jake Roel just driving through the 015 there, it seems. Spins the 15 off the corner, sends him into the wall. This is our championship points leader coming into tonight, and 20 laps in, he is turned and into the wall. Luckily, we do have 2 faster pairs, but that car badly damaged. He's going to have to get all the way around this 2.6-mile oval back to pit lane under its own power to get that faster pair utilized. Hopefully, he can do just that without that engine expiring. That would make matters bad to worse awfully quick. Not good at all. Let's see if we can get a better look at that one here from the blimp. Caution came out really, really late here, so let's try this. Still kind of late. Man, big hit. All right, well, so we'll spotlight this here. You see the 39 of Roel. Just gets right up underneath, picks the back tires off the ground, and around goes Vincent Short. I just don't understand. We got 60 laps to go. I don't know why you need to be that aggressive this early. So I'm going to back it up here. I want to ride on board with the 39 from the roof cam, see what it looked like from that perspective. Sure, he gets a bit of a run off of 4, but as they straighten out, he's not centered. He's trying to get back to the center, but now he's already making contact with the 15. Picks up the back end, and around he goes. Lucky for Vince Short. Looks like he does make it to pit lane with the assistance from Derek Welch. That is a class act times 10 right there. Derek Welch comes in here 2 points shy of the championship lead. Looks like Vince Short has a failure, unable to make it back to pit lane under his own power. Derek gives him the push back in. Fast repair used by Vincent Short. That is awesome to see. You really don't see that happen often, especially in these league races, especially in the playoffs. That was really a good gesture there by the one of Derek Welch. Vincent Short in the box. And I'm concerned if he did not turn that fast repair on. Well, right side's going in the air. Well, the bad news is this happened here 20 laps in due to some pretty significant aggression. It could have just been a mistake, but man, you just don't need to push that hard. We saw him push down the back straightaway. But the other good news is that it happened this early. So Vince has time to get this handled and get it figured out. He's got to keep that car clean. There is still another fast repair to be used if it's necessary. So, through all that, Richard Gray is going to be your new leader, the 110 Mick Ultra Machine, Ricky Fagan to the outside. Then we've got Nathan Mann in the 30 and Mike LeBlanc in the 75. Stan Carnathan in the 82. He'll run 5th. Pace car lights are off. Field working turn 3 here. Long caution laps here at Talladega Superspeedway. About 2.5 minutes just to go around this place at speed. Pace car speed 65 miles an hour. Pit road speed 55 miles an hour. Through that caution, though, it does appear that everybody, with the exception of the top 5, took the opportunity to hit pit road. Looking at the pit stop times, it appears most of them, if not all, did take tires and fuel. 4 tires at that. Again, 4 sets of tires over the wall tonight. More than enough to get through a race here at Talladega Superspeedway. Doesn't mean a whole lot as far as tires are concerned here. It does help a little, more so in these ARCA cars than anything else, just because they are a little bit more free. But it does allow you to make a little bit more aggressive maneuvers top to bottom with a little bit fresher tire. So maybe it's just a matter of, well, I better get them now. I might as well use them. I've got them. It's not going to hurt anything. And again, with the way the draft works here, plenty of time to make moves, get back to the front if your track position is not great. Vincent Short, though, manages to get back out there, however, not on the lead lap currently. Again, the way we've been running so far, we're going to get another caution here, and if that's the case, Vincent Short likely to get back onto the lead lap without any issue by way of the lucky dog. It is only 1 lap.
Green flag.
Green flag waves, though. Richard Gray in the throttle. Back underway here from Talladega. Lap 25 goes on the board. Ricky Fagan battling for the top spot. Richard Gray trying to fight and take it back, but up top side, it's the 39 of Roel, involved in that last caution with Vincent Short. He's making some hay up in that top side. No help either. I don't know how he's doing it, but man, he's got a big run down the back straightaway. Three wide for the top 6 positions through turns 3 and 4. Coming to the stripe, it looks like the 32 is gonna lead it, but again, 3 wide for all top 6 cars, then 2 wide for 7th and 8th. Up top side, it's Roel, and the 16 of Joe Robert trying to make a move to the top. Fagan in the middle with the 45 of Mark Collins giving a bit of a push, but the 39 is gonna jump out to the lead here down the back straightaway. Now I guess the question is, does the 39 stay up topside? It is the fastest way around, but it is the longest way around. It's also giving you no place to hide if something happens down low. Loses a little momentum off turn 4. Little wiggle. Collins up towards the 39. Maybe some contact. If not, it was awfully close. Gone through the tri-oval with a bit of a lead over the 110 of Richard Gray. Richard Gray slides up the track, makes contact with Mark Collins. They all get away with it clean. Everybody stays in the throttle. Really no ground lost at all, but it was close. The 14's in the fence off turn number 2. Matt Smith having some trouble. He's going to drop to the back of the pack. Got caught up in that wall magnet. Those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, it's not really a magnet. Just what these guys call it occasionally. These ARCA cars especially. It's very difficult to get off of that outside wall if you happen to collect it with the car. It's really just because of how these cars are designed and kind of how they hang the bodies on the chassis. The right rear sits out a little bit further to the right side than the right front. So if you do catch the wall, it kind of turns you into it. It's very difficult to turn the car off, and in many cases, you'll turn too hard to the left and it'll finally break off of the wall, but then you'll shoot down to the inside into traffic. So it can be dangerous. He did a good job of just kind of slowing up and recovering the right way, but tail end of the field, did not lose the draft. Matt Smith, that number 14 machine's got some work to do to make his way back to where he was. Meanwhile, the 45 DuPont colors of Mark Collins, he's sniffing the front here, just a nose out ahead of the 32 Tide Ride. "28 laps have been complete. Cross the stripe, put lap 29 on the board. Collins with the lead. 39 goes to the bottom. Jake Roel to the top spot through turns 1 and 2. Does he have any help? Nobody that's super close. Don't know if he can slot back up to that middle or top lane. He's got him clear off turn number 2, though. Again, 3 wide, 3 rows deep. At least 2. Jake Roel crossing the stripe with the lead. He's got Ricky Fagan there in the rear view mirror. amazing view out the back window or off the roof, essentially, of the number 32 Tide Ride as they approach 194 miles an hour, 195 into turn number 3, just feet apart from one another. Jessica Stubblefield commenting on the side camera views are insane. Graphics 10 out of 10. Certainly do appreciate that, Jessica. It's certainly a labor to get them right, man. It's not as easy as just click and go, but I do appreciate that. It's something that's kind of my pet peeve. I try to make it as close as I can get. Meanwhile, Ricky Fagan out in front again. Again, a push now possibly coming from Jake Roel. We saw how that went with the 15. Hopefully not an issue going forward. Jake, though, only inches off the back bumper of that number 32 Tide Ride of Ricky Fagan. Ricky's certainly no slouch. He's won some races here in this series already this season. Don't know if he's run an entire season with numb thumbs, at least not in this particular series. Kind of would have expected him to be deeper into the point lead. Fortunately, I think he's the first car out of the cut as far as the championship eligible drivers are concerned. But he's just out here trying to chase some trophies, and he's doing a good job thus far. 39, Jake Roel battling back up top. He wants that lead back. Checking back on Tim Stubblefield. He's back in the 15th position, that number 92 machine. We go back to him because, well, I'll be honest, it's a good-looking car. But I'm just curious if he's playing the long game here. We've seen this race start out here in the first, 25 laps or so, kind of aggressive. Guys have not really minded their P's and Q's very well, and we've had a few cautions because of it. Yes, we have 2 fast repairs to burn if we need them, but why waste them? This might be a long game move here for Tim Stubblefield. Kind of hang in the back, don't lose the draft, take care of the car, be there at the end. You've got, again, a couple of mulligans that you can pull out of your hat if you need them. But so far, he's just hanging near the rear of the field. He started 14th, he's running 15th. We'll see how this pans out here as we are about 6 or 7 laps shy of halfway. Back out front, Jake Roel in front of the 45 of Collins. Collins crosses over the nose of the 32. A little bit of contact. Gets to the left rear of the 39. Collins, it's time to go. We are approaching the end of the stage. Points do get paid out for that sort of thing. Business picking up here at the front of the field. 3 wide for the lead. 3 wide in the third row. Yes, wreck PTSD. I'm telling you guys, if you don't know what I'm laughing at, you got to jump into stream chat. You got to look at this because tonight especially, the stream chat's been great. We've got a lot of participation. I certainly have to thank all you guys for being here for it. It makes it a little bit more fun for all involved. Jake Roel loses the lead for a moment, though. Mark Collins out in front. The 32 of Fagan giving him a bit of a push. Figuratively, not realistically, not literally, because, again, you push in these cars and you're asking for trouble. It's not to say that it's not possible. We have seen it done effectively, at least on the backstretch. Exit of 4, middle of the corners, not a great place to do it. Coming to 37 laps on the board here. It's going to give us about 4 remaining to close out the stage. Collins with the lead. Jake Roel, the middle lane. He's roughly the second spot, kind of going back and forth with the 32 of Fagan. Collins drifting up out of that bottom lane just a bit. Typically, you want to try and keep those left sides right down as close as you can get to that yellow line. You do scrub a little bit of speed Oh, contact in the back. The 53's in the wall. Derek Welch was a part of it. James Bowden off the pace just slightly. Everybody seems to get through somewhat clean. It's going to cost a lot of track position for James Bowden, unfortunately, though. Lucky for Derek Welch, again involved in crashes early on. Avoided this one. Welch running in the 7th position. Lauren Stubblefield, what did I miss? I had to go to the store. You got to bring your phone with you and at least listen. Jessica, not much. Talking about Tim taking it easy. Ladies, I appreciate it. I really do. Joe Robert noses out in front. Number 16 Hooters Thunderbird to the high side. We got a big-time battle going on here for a stage win. Oh, the 79 right on the door. The 75. Mike LeBlanc and Dave Hoitzma. Hoitzma providing some assistance to the 39 of Jake Rowell. Pushes him at least a nose out in front for just a moment. Fagan giving some help back to Mark Collins. It's back and forth. We got a giant seesaw here at the front of the field. Collins, though, doing well there in the bottom line as we come to lap 40. Not sure if they throw it right away or the end of the lap.
Caution.
Caution is out. Mark Collins, winner of stage number 2.
Get a deep breath.
Jake Rowell, second, I believe. Fagan might have been third. And we are halfway here at Talladega Super Speedway. We are going to step aside here for a brief moment. We will be back after this. Welcome back to Talladega Super Speedway. Pit stops underway. Mark Collins in the box, Derek Welch as well. Right side tires going on the number 45 of Mark Collins, the DuPont Impala. Oh, is it a Monte Carlo? It's a Monte Carlo. 4 tires in Sunoco Racing Fuel, and they're down and away. Derek Welch, possibly a fuel-only stop, 8.62 seconds in the box. Jake Roel, 10.7, maybe a 2-tire stop for the 39. Again, we talked about this early on. Tires not that important here at Talladega Superspeedway. They do play a part. Don't let me fool you. They do matter. They are important. They do come into play. But later on in the race, if we get an opportunity for a late race caution, you might see someone take none. With that said, Derek Welch, an 8-second stop. He may have just taken none. This could be an experiment for the one. Let's see how it handles. Maybe we try it again later on. All right, Stubblefield family, where are we watching from? What do we call home? So I'm getting a word here. It looks like Vince Short may have crashed prior to this. This could be a glitch. Jessica Stubblefield, Nashville, Tennessee. Very cool. Let's see exactly if we catch anything here with Vince Short. Did you lose it coming to pit lane? Oh, yeah, locked up the rears. You heard him grab a gear, downshifted too hard. Unfortunately, I think he might have got an unsafe entry because of that. Sean Reese, the living room. But I went to high school with a guy named Sean Reese. God rest his soul. So I'm not sure exactly how this will pan out here. Vincent Short, I think, is back on the lead lap. I think we are on the one to go here, so we're going to get the green flag, lap 44. That'll give us officially 37 laps to get to a checkered flag. Got to count that last lap. Yeah, pace car lights are off, so we are officially on the one to go. Derek Welch, your leader. Vincent Short back on the lead lap, but last. Has he caught the field yet? He's not quite there. Still down on the apron. This looks like exit at turn 2. Yes. Leaders entering turn number 3. So it looks like Vince will catch up no problem before we get to the green flag. Bit of a race reset for Vincent Short, but now he's got to work his way through this field. He's going to pass 16 other cars. He's going to work his way back towards the front and battle for a win. Try to get this race wrapped up ahead of Derek Welch if he's going to maintain that points lead. Again, they come into tonight. Let's take a very brief look at it. Vincent Short came in with the lead, 67 points over Derek Welch at 65 points. Joe Robert, Mark Collins, Dave Hoytsma, that was the top 5. That is the spread for now. Things are certainly going to look differently once we leave Alabama as the pace car gets ready to peel off, roll down pit lane, and we're going to get a green flag here in just a moment or two. Again, long wait through the tri-oval. It's not Daytona. Right now is about when they'd hit the throttle if we were at Daytona International. Not to be the case now. Gotta wait a little bit. In fact, keep a look at that blue paint, the Geico restart zone.
Ready, green, green, green.
Green flag waves. We're back underway from Talladega Superspeedway. Good restart for everybody. Looks like at least in the top 8, top 10. Vincent Short did eventually catch the tail of the field, so this works out good for him. Double out Joe Bennett checking in the stream chat. I was wondering where he was. Dr. Shakalulu, is that what that says? Joe, thanks for saying hi, man. I was just thinking about Daytona. I know we've been talking about it here as Derek Welch crosses the stripe with the lead, lap 45. Just wondering if it's raining in Daytona. This is crunch time here in the Numb Thumbs ARCA series as these drivers are working lap 45 and a half. Time to start minding those P's and Q's. I know we saw a lot of aggression early on in the event. These guys are really trying to format what they want to do here from here on to the checkered flag. Derek Welch so far in the best position to make some decisions as he's out in front with a hard charging 32 Ricky Fagand at the back door. A lot of experience behind that Tide ride. Very clean but very calculating driver. He'll beat you if you're not careful. Jake Roel on the high side, number 39 All-Tel machine with Mark Collins tucked in behind. Mark Collins out of Castlewood, Virginia. We got a lot of bobbing and weaving in the middle of that pack. You hear guys checking up out of the throttle ever so slightly, trying to keep control of that machine. Doesn't look like it from this view, but these guys are battling the handling on these cars. Vincent Short up to the 12th position, restarted in the 17th spot, tail of the field. He's made 5 passes here in the last 3 or 4 laps. It's very impressive to see because tracks like Daytona and Talladega, they're kind of like the great equalizer. You can have a guy with a 5,000 I rating and another guy with a brand new 1,500 I rating, which is kind of like, quote unquote, how good you are. Doesn't always mean much, but places like this, the super speedways, you can kind of even up that ability level because it's not about, oh, how far can I brake into this corner and how early can I pick up the throttle. You're wide A open around this place. Got to know how to use the draft, but nonetheless, you see Vince Short started 17th. He's passed a handful of cars here, slowly but surely starting to make his way back to the front. Meanwhile, Derek Welch doing a great job out in front of the 32 of Fagand, maintaining that top spot. Mark Collins in behind the 39 of Jake Roel. Roel noses out in front. I think he actually did lead that lap. The 53 of James Bowden dropped the left sides below the yellow line there. I don't know if that was a correction or if he's just getting a look or trying to get some air on the nose or air to the engine. Try to cool that thing down. These cars, even in the sim, they will overheat if you're not careful. Dr. Shakalulu cheering on Derek Welch and Collins. Welch still out in front, though. Some good help in behind, but he takes a look to the inside. Welch slips up off the corner just a bit. It opened the door for a moment for Fagand. Ricky thought better of it. Still tucks in behind the depth graphics #1 of Derek Welch. And there it is, Vincent Short on the high side. He's up to P5 in the high lane. Mark Collins almost making contact, slides up just a bit, but they get away with it. High side, Vincent Short, a little bit of help from the 30 of Nathan Mann. Took some time, but the track bar Media Chevrolet of Vincent Short now battling for the top spot once again. He got through that pack without any major incidents. Unbelievable. Now it's Short, Roel, Welch for the top spot down the back straightaway here at Talladega. Through all this, Derek Welch still doing a great job on the bottom. He's got a great pusher in behind. That is Ricky Faganda in the 32. Cannot imagine Ricky's going to hang there for the entire race, but between now and lap 80, it's really just going to be a question, how long does he sit tight? How long does he wait to pull out to pass and try to make a move on the one of Derek Welch? Meanwhile, Vincent Short noses out in front into turn number 3, but Jake Roel, now he noses out in front. Jessica Stubblefield, who was the NASCAR driver that got you into the sport? I don't know if you're asking me or somebody else, but my dad wasn't a NASCAR driver. I got into this before I even turned 4 years old. Sat in Tim Richmond's car in Watkins Glen in 1986, and I was hooked from there. Grew up an Earnhardt fan, if that makes any difference. 3 wide for the top 9 positions. Unbelievable contact with Collins and Short. They just barely touch off turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, it's getting antsy here at Talladega Superspeedway. Vincent Short again a nose out in front over Jake Roel and Nathan Mann. Welch slips to 4th. Now he's back to 3rd. Now Roel back to the lead. Vincent back to 3rd. Back and forth and back and forth. Unable to keep track of who is where here. Collins slides up again, slips up that middle lane. He is the meat in the sandwich between the 2 cars, top and bottom. 3 wide, you're in the middle. That's no joke. Jake Roel out in front in that middle lane, and Joe Robert in trouble. The Hooters entry gathers it back up, keeps it off the inside wall, and continues on. Great save by the number 16. No body damage there, but man, he's going to need a caution big time here to get caught up, because he has definitely lost the draft. He is way down as far as mile an hour is concerned. He's going to need a miracle now to catch these guys, because it is absolutely impossible without help at this stage. Great save, great recovery, but unable to catch the field without a caution. Tough break for Joe Robert. Meanwhile, out in front, Vincent Short with the lead, and championship contender Derek Welch to his right side as they roll through the tri-oval at the stripe. Welch is going to lead it, not Vincent Short. These guys just trading blows back and forth. Joe Bennett in the stream chat. Now it's all about Blaney. Yeah, I like Blaney. He's not my go-to guy, but definitely like Ryan Blaney. He's a class act. I was out at the Blaney family's Sharon Speedway for the SRX race there about a month ago. Great facility. If you ever get the opportunity, you got to head out and do it. Even though it's dirt racing, I know we're doing asphalt stuff here, but it's a good time. It's a great track, and ticket prices are reasonable, and the concessions are even better as far as the price goes. You can go out and get a big tall beer for about $3. Vincent Short out in front now. He's got Ricky Fagan to the back door, helping him. But Derek Welch has another talented driver, the 39 of Jake Roel, giving him a push with 25 laps to go. I don't know, having Jake Roel giving you a push It's going to make you go awfully fast out in front, but you also have to run that reward with a bit of a risk. We saw the 39. Oh, and see what happening right there. Almost again, a save by Derek Welch. Roel has to check up. Roel was the one pushing the 015 of Vincent Short early on off turn number 4. Short got crossed up and hammered the inside safer barrier. Almost had it happen again here as he pushed Derek Welch. Welch was able to gather it up. But again, you get tucked up tight to that back bumper, it's like an extra 25 horse. You can really pull out, and you see it. He dives down in front of Vincent Short, uses that advantage to take the lead back from the 015. Derek Welch, your new leader. That S4 guy in the chat, it's getting dicey. Certainly is. With 24 to go, we still got plenty of time left. Now, I don't know if these guys are going to have to make a green flag stop in this final stage. It's, again, 40 laps. The first two were 20 laps apiece. This one didn't fire off. I think it was 36 green flag laps they're going to have to make to go to the finish. Not 100% sure on fuel load to start. Let me double check that. 70% fuel, so my guess is they will need to make one stop for fuel before this one is over, unless we get a caution. Back to the stream chat. Jessica Stubblefield has married into the Elliott fan base. I'm not gonna harp on you for that. I like Chase. I'm more of a Hendrick fan than anything else, but never used to be. Jake Roel out to the front now with a big push from the 82 of Stan Carnathan. If he finishes top 3, I'm going to have to ask him. I feel like I'm really messing up that name. Meanwhile, Derek Welch on the bottom, he battles back with a little bit of drafting help from Vincent Short. Down on the bottom, it's Welch, Short, Fagand, and you got the 53 of James Bowden. He's showing in 8th place, and he's right there with the leaders. Unbelievable battle here at the front of the field with less than 22 laps to go. Jake Roel's going to lead that one again. Big push, outside line, really getting organized. You got 4 at least, maybe 5 cars all lined up tightly up top. They start to break apart a little bit. Collins drops down to the middle lane. Not sure what the reasoning for that was. Maybe to get some air into that engine, or maybe to say, hey, it's time to go 3 wide. Let's go. Less than 21 to go as they work the back straightaway. Welch, Short, Collins, Roel off turn 4 into the tri-oval. Fagand, Bowden, LeBlanc. Any one of these guys, they're all in it to win it. I mean, yeah, there's guys points racing, there's guys trying to get everything they can on the next guy in line. I don't think anybody's worried about it at this point. Oh, a little loose off of turn number 2, a couple of drivers. Richard Gray, one of them. David Harden, I believe the 34 was the other. Gathering it up. Stay with the draft. Top 2, Welch, Short, and then we have Collins. Through this incredible battle up front, 6, 7, 8 cars pretty much battling for the lead. We're going to check on Tim Stubblefield. I don't usually do this, but man, we got a big contingent of people in the stream chat cheering him on, and I appreciate that support. So, yeah, we'll hit him up. The number 92 of Tim Stubblefield, a great paint scheme. The Barber Company got Old Smoky on that thing. Some smoke up ahead. Not sure what that was about. Who got off track? Tough to see. Was it Michael LeBlanc? It was. LeBlanc, he got into something. He's got some left front damage. The caution does not come out. We stay under the green flag, but we were just talking about Tim Stubblefield still hanging at the back. Again, the likelihood is here we may have green flag stops if everybody minds their P's and Q's. I don't necessarily expect it because it seems like these guys are really aggressive up towards the front of the field, but there's a pack of about 5 cars at the tail of the field. Tim Stubblefield is the last one here, still in contention. Don't worry, folks. I mean, I don't know Tim. I don't know what kind of racer he is. I don't know if he's one of the fast guys. I have no idea. But he seems to be just kind of riding around at the back, because if you want to just push the envelope, you could absolutely start making your way to the front. These guys are keeping separated here in the back, just waiting for something bad to happen out front. Pick up a couple of spots the easy way. We got 18 to go, and again, with the possibility of green flag stops still to come. As we see one right now, it looks like, who is that pulling down pit road? It's Matthew Smith, number 14. countrythroughtheages.com machine. LeBlanc gets his repairs made. Back out front, now it's the 30 of Nathan Mann. He's with the lead. Jake Roel giving him the push. Vincent Short slips back to about P5. Fagand is 4th. Welch side by side with Vince Short. Great racing here at the front of the field with less than 17 laps to go. Hate to do it, folks, but with 16 to go, we're going to go side by side so you won't miss a minute of the action. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Things getting a little entertaining here at the front of the field. Ricky Fagan had the lead for just a moment. Might still have it. No, Nathan Mann takes over the top spot in the Piedmont Airlines number 30. In the middle, it is the 82 of Stan Carnathan. 14 to go. Three wide, rows 2 and 3. Now back to 3 and 4. Jake Roel kind of getting shuffled out the top side. Ricky Fagan now back to the lead. Vincent Short to his back bumper. Field working through turns 3 and 4, coming to 13 laps to go. Ricky Fagan still out in front with a little help from the 015 of Vincent Short. Top side comes the 82 with Stan Carnathan. Mark Collins there with his back door. The 53 also helping. Meanwhile, Richard Gray on pit lane. Seems that this might be the first of scheduled stops here with 12 laps to go. That S4 guy excited to see who practiced green flag pit stops. Not sure if Richard Gray did or not, but he definitely locked him up on entry. A little bit of tire smoke out of the 110 Mica Ultra machine. Fuel only for the 110. He's down and away, trying to gamble here. Now, this is only going to work. Unfortunately for Richard Gray, he did come to pit road by himself. So he's going to be back out here a lot slower than the rest of the field here. No drafting help to get him really up to speed. See Ricky Fagan here. He's off turn number 4 in the draft. Everybody still stays on the racetrack for the most part. I don't see anybody else taking the opportunity to pit. The trick is going to be here if the 110... Richard Gray can get tucked into this group and maintain that draft. That could work out for him. It's just a matter of if the rest of the field opts to take fuel only when they stop here. Again, it's less than 11 laps to go currently. Ricky Fagan. Oh, he's taking the opportunity right now. He's down to hit pit lane. Ricky Fagan did it nicely. Got off turn number 4 clean. Carried a lot of speed into pit road. As long as he gets through there without getting popped by the speed police, we'll be good to go. Fagan into the box nice and clean. Not a real aggressive entry into the pit box, but it's fuel only for the 32 Tide Ride. He is down and away, 8.17 seconds in the pit box. That's going to give the lead to Vincent Short, at least for the time being. Joe Robert, though, he is right there. Again, 15th place machine, the Hooters number 16, not a lead lap car. He has made his final stop of the day. This could actually cause an issue for Vincent Short. We see Tom Barish, Jake Royal, Nathan Mann, a lot of these guys, 5 different drivers hitting pit road at the same time. They're going to need to plan this. And I mean the Vincent Short, Carnathan, Welch, Bowden, Collins, they're going to need to pit at the same time here. And Joe Roberts kind of at the bottom here. It's kind of in the way. It works out for Welch, but these guys all need to come to pit road at the same time if they're going to be able to keep the draft. See Vince Short trying to tuck in. Good job there for the 015. He gets in behind the 16 of Joe Robert. You're going to give up a little bit of time here doing this, but he's got to get there. Oh, contact with him and Joe Robert. The 82 tries to come down. Don't know if he's trying to get to pit road as well. Coming to 8 laps to go. I imagine we're going to see these guys hit pit road this time. Indeed, we are. Vincent Short hot coming down. No, maybe Joe Robert didn't pit. No, he's coming down too. He's not on a lead lap. What's going on here? We got the 82 off in the grass. Vincent Short, Derek Welch, both in pit lane. Again, this is coming to 7 laps to go or 8 laps to go. I'm lost now, but James Bowden currently takes over the top spot. Vincent Short cleanly into the box. Doesn't have to back it up. Waiting on fuel, waiting on fuel. Down and away. Good stop for the 015 of Vince Short. 6.82 seconds. Derek Welch, 9.23 seconds. Now, so here's the thing. Derek Welch, he's going to catch Joe Robert here probably pretty quick because he's getting a little bit of that hole punched in the air by the 16. Vincent Short, let's see where he's at. He's currently listed as P2, but he doesn't have anybody near him. So he's going to be off the pace without drafting help. You see Mark Collins in the background. No, that wasn't Mark Collins. Who was that coming off of turn number 2? There it is. Ricky Fagan, Nathan Mann. They are tucked up tight, tight, tight. These guys are going to be on a tear by the time they catch Derek Welch, Jake Roel, Vincent Short. those guys kind of by themselves until they can group up. It's almost more beneficial if they say, all right, let's sacrifice it. Let's get together and make it a 3-car draft. Then they can work together. But you see how fast these two drivers are catching those two. And there you have it. They're all grouped up now. Vincent Short to the tail end of the bottom line. Welch, Fagan, Short down low. You got Joe Robert, Jake Rowell in the middle, and you got the 30 trying to tuck in behind. 30 machine Nathan Mann. Six laps to go from Talladega. Derek Welch currently your leader. So through that cycle of stops, this lead group has really done a good job getting away from everybody else. I think it's really going to come down to this top 6. Looks like James Bowden further back. No. Not sure exactly who that is. Tal there. Must not be a lead lap machine. Maybe Tom Barish. It is indeed Tom Barish. Barish running in the 15th position. But through all that, Tim Stubblefield running in the 12th position. He's up 2 spots from where he started on the day, so forward progress being made. And it's not to say that he's not in a bad position here if something goes to hell in a handbasket here at the front of the field and all 6 of these drivers end up in trouble in a pile at the end of turn 2, 3, or 4, or whatever it may be. Tim might be in a good spot here. Oh, trouble, and there it is. Ricky Fagan goes around off the nose of Vincent Short. Caution on the speedway with 5 laps to go. This changes everything. All these lead lap drivers all the way back to Joe Robert, they are going to get caught up. Vincent Short involved in it too. I believe he still has 1 fast repair left to use. Looks like he got a pretty significant piece of that. I think Fagan might have only gotten a spin there. Well, let's take a look. See what happened here with Vince and Ricky Fagan. Oh, Vince just gets to the left side and around the 32 goes. Oh, man. Big time impact for Vincent Short. That looks eerily familiar. Either way, Vince is going to have to try and get back to pit lane here. Probably going to have to pit, yep. Uses the final fast repair, so he's not out of this one just yet. But again, he's probably going to have to start near the tail of the field under a green-white checkered. That S4 guy, Track Bar Media, going to write those big checks this week. And to fix everybody else's cars. Did I say that? Yeah, I said it. Through all that, Derek Welch maintains the lead. Jake Rowell, Nate Mann, Ricky Fagan, James Bowden, the top 5. Again, Ricky involved with that incident with Vincent Short, but Ricky just kind of got spun, and that was it. Vincent Short ended up hard impact, nose first, into the safer barrier, up into the retaining wall, upside down and backwards. Didn't see any fire this time, but... So it's crunch time. Going into our first official green-white checkered finish of this race here at Talladega Superspeedway. If we need them, we have up to 3 attempts. So again, this is the first one. We can do up to 2, which cautions do breed cautions. Get everybody packed back up. We may see more. So we know at this point everybody's good to go on fuel. Again, looking at the stream chat, Zach Millet. It ain't over till it's over, and then it's time for ice cream. It's a direct quote from Neil Quick. It's Quick Esports. Quick, a 4-time winner over the Superior Class Auto Racing Premier Series, which airs on HBR TV on Tuesday evenings, 9 p.m. East. Zach Millet, ironically, also has 4 wins over in the SCAR Premier Series. Well, you guys can see it. We're formed up 2 by 2. Pace car lights are indeed out. So we're going to go green flag racing this time by. This will be, again, our first attempt at a green-white checkered finish. Getting ready to go back to green. Derek Welch grabbing gears already.
Green.
Green flag waves. Derek Welch in the throttle to his outside. Jake Roel. Nathan Mann, the 30, giving him a bit of a push here. Good start for Derek Welch. Welch thought he was going to go high. Now he drops low to get in front of the 53 of James Bowden. Bowden goes up towards the middle. We got a car in the wall. Jake Roel in the fence. Bowden as well. Caution on the speedway once again.
Walk through a lap here, please.
Another car still spinning. Looks like Tim Stubblefield gets a small piece of it as well. Check out our championship points leaders once again. I think Vincent Short might have gotten through that one okay. Let's get a look at it here. It appeared we had a lot of drivers involved in this one, Dave Harden being one of them. Started up ahead, though. Jake Rowell and the 53. They come together. And then another wreck. It almost seems like, I don't think it was these guys checking up, but man, big impact there with the 14. Try and get a wider shot on it here. Yeah, Gray comes down just to avoid, collects the 34. Vincent Short there on the bottom, squeaking through. Let's watch it from the onboard from Vincent Short. Full speed. Sometimes it is better to be lucky than good. Jessica Stubblefield, if this was a Monday night, we'd have our caution shots. I gotta hang out with you guys. Rebecca Davis, I'm participating tonight. Got some drinks. So ready. I can't do caution shots when I'm in the booth. Violates my contract. Well, right now, at least, I mean, there's more cars leaving pit lane here. We got about 8 up here in this lead draft. The 14 of Matt Smith. Has he got some damage? Looks like he does. Oh, yeah, right front, definitely down. So, Stubblefield, guys, you, where in Nashville are you? You ever heard of the Hateful Chicken? We won't tell if you don't tell. Matthew Smith rolling down pit lane here in just a moment here, certainly to get some repairs made to that machine. Tom Barish as well. The what? It's a bar restaurant called the Hateful Chicken. I think it's somewhat in the Nashville vicinity. They used to be a sponsor of another league that I broadcasted for quite some time. So pace car lights are off. Nathan Mann officially the leader. Derek Welch to the outside. Row 2 is Ricky Fagan, Dave Hoytsma, 5th place. Tim Stubblefield, ladies and gentlemen, up into the top 5 for the first time today. Again, this will be our second attempt at a green-white checkered. And in fact, I'm not even 100% sure if that first quote-unquote green-white checkered was an official green-white checker. It might have been a natural one. Stubblefield says in Ashland City. Yes, absolutely. We don't speak of Ashland City. Do I even want to know why you don't speak of Ashland City? I've never been there, so I don't know either way. I can't help but notice here at the front of the field, you've got the 30 of Nathan Mann in the Piedmont Airlines. Very basic, old school, stripped down paint scheme. And then you've got Derek Welch to his outside in that really elaborate, I'll be honest, pretty freaking cool paint scheme in that Numb Thumbs Gaming #1 depth graphics machine. Talk about yin and yang. And then the classic here, Ricky Fagan here in that old Tide ride. I think that's technically a Ricky Rudd throwback, not a Darrell Waltrip one, but nonetheless, pretty cool. All right, so we're going to do a green-white checkered here. Does anybody have any picks? Usually we do this pre-race, but it's coming down to crunch time, and it's not a foregone conclusion by any means. Pace car peels off. Green-white checkered finish on hand here at Talladega Super Speedway. Who is going to win it? Is it the 30 of Nathan Mann? It'll be Derek Welch, Ricky Fagan, Vincent Short there in the 6th position, or maybe old Timothy Stubblefield running there in the 5th spot, the number 92.
Green flag.
Green flag waves are back underway. Nathan Mann out to a pretty good jump. Again, we talked about that early on. He doesn't have a whole lot of help in behind. He may have it quickly, but maybe not quickly enough. Fagan's coming. Welch to the outside, though. He's going to nose out in front off turn 2. Fagan's going to go up to the high side. He's going to stick to what he knows. He's been behind that #1 machine for quite a while. It's comfortable. He knows what he can get away with. This is his best opportunity for a win. Push the guy that you know what he's going to do, but that opens the door for Vincent Short on the bottom. He still has the 30 up in front of him. 2 laps to go into turn number 3. Field off turn number 4, looking for a white flag. Derek Welch noses out in front. Ricky Fagan giving him the push through the tri-oval. White flag in the air, last lap from Talladega. Who is going to win it? Derek Welch, Ricky Fagan, maybe the 30 of Nathan Mann down on the bottom, or will Vince Short come from behind and take the win and increase that points lead? Welch and Fagan drop back a bit in the middle lane. The 30 drops into the middle. Oh, contact made. A little wiggle out of the 30. Derek Welch bounces off the 32 as well. Vincent Short down below the yellow line. Maybe got pushed into turn number 3. We're 4 wide into 3 and 4. Oh, in big trouble. Welch is in the fence. Fagan and others out in front, though. Jake Roel takes the top spot. Joe Robert pushing. The 92 of Stubblefield going for P3, but Vincent Short in the 53 down on the bottom through the trial for the final time. And oh, they're wrecking. Big trouble. Vincent Short sneaks through, and I think Short's going to win this. He does. Vincent Short wins Talladega. Last lap pass goes from, I think, 5th to the checkered flag just like that. What a finish here at Talladega Super Speedway. Unbelievable. Vincent Short goes from trouble at the early onset of the race, burns 2 fast repairs and makes his way back and somehow sneaks through, wins this race. Unbelievable. Nashville Group, Timmy Stubblefield finishes P6. With your top 3, Vincent Short, Dave Hoytsma, Jake Roel. Then we got James Bowden, Joe Robert. What a finish. Jessica, it's Talladega. Would you expect anything less? Let's watch it here coming to the line. Joe Robert, Jake Rowell. 53 gets into the 16. You see him check up there because he gets to him. And, oh, big wreck. Stubblefield had a good run going. Still finishes P6, but crossed the line first. It's Vincent Short. With that, we're going to step aside here for a moment. We'll be back with our top 3 finishers after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Talladega Super Speedway, the Numb Thumbs Racing League ARCA Series. You can tell right now playoffs have begun. Vincent Short victorious after some serious adversity to overcome. He did just that, probably the last 200 yards of the event. Let's try and pull Vince up into the broadcast booth here. We at least have our top 2. Still waiting on Jake Rowell, but let's try and get a word with the driver of the 015 Vincent Short and Steve in the HBR TV broadcast booth. You got a solid copy?
I got you, Steve.
Don't sound too excited, man. Vincent Short, you won the race here, and I don't know how you did it, man. You were, I think, fifth off of turn number 4, and everything went to hell in a handbasket coming through the tri-oval. You managed to miss the wrecks, scoot on by and take the checkered flag, man. Tell us what it looked like from your perspective.
Well, considering I couldn't avoid them earlier, I figured it was kind of a rebate on the end of the race there. You know how my luck's been the last 2 leagues and the last about 5 races, so it was about time I had some luck go my way.
Well, certainly very entertaining race from green to checkered. We had a lot of aggression early on. We saw you and Jake Roel kind of get together. Roel was giving you a pretty big push, at least on the backstretch, and then off of turn 4, it didn't go so well. Sent you to the inside safer barrier. Talk us through that one.
I can't speak for Jake. I think he's one of the newer guys in the league. I can't really fault him. He was pushing, and of course, going into the stage, if nothing else, he was trying to give me a good shove. But as you know, with these cars, there's just no room for error on pushes, man, especially when you're on the inside lane.
Well, you bounced back. You got the fast repair, not without some help from Derek Welch. Derek was kind enough. I think he actually lost the engine before he got to pit road. Derek was able to push you down pit lane to your box. You got that fast repair done. First of all, what a move by the driver of the one. I mean, you got a guy here who comes into this race 2 points behind you in the points. Maybe he's a better man than me. I probably would have just said, nope, tough break. I'm going to take this points lead, but no, he drives down pit road. He pushes you to the box, helps you stay in this thing, and you ultimately end up taking the checkered flag, man. Congratulations. But what are your thoughts? What do you have to say? Anything with Derek Welch?
Derek's a stand-up guy. The league's a stand-up league. That's why I enjoy racing with these guys so much, man. They're always looking out for one another. I mean, you're always going to have a few guys that are a little over-aggressive. Of course, with newer guys, they're trying to set a precedence by coming in here and trying to race hard. Derek is Derek. He'll race you hard, but he's also fair. I definitely owe him a big one on that one. I really appreciate it. Obviously, later on in the race, I tried to pay him back as best I could, call out duck downs if he needed to get in front of me. And then ultimately, I told Dave, when I got behind Dave, I knew, he may work with Derek. So I told Dave if he would have swung high on that 3rd lane, I would have just pushed him and been happy with a top 5. Luckily, we were able to sneak past all that carnage and get a really good finish.
Well, things certainly got chaotic there coming to the checkered flag. You managed to miss it. And really, even that caution there before we got to that point, you managed to work your way through that one, too. It was like Moses parting the seas, man. Talk us through that wreck.
I laid back second stage. Once I went a lap down, it was just one of those things where I was going to lay back because they were being extremely aggressive. I mean, we were almost, 3 rows, 3 deep. At that point, I know that nothing's going to good kind of come out of that. So it's just a matter of just laying back and letting them play itself out and then hopefully be able to avoid anything. My spotter, Carson Conway, did an outstanding job calling out the accidents and where the cars were at and stuff, especially on this last one, because I was able to duck down and time it just right to get down below what was going up above me.
Well, you did an excellent job, man. Congratulations on the victory. Good luck going into Texas next week. I got to ask, though, how is that place on your perspective? Is it one of your places to be, or you kind of dread running at Texas Motor Speedway?
I don't dread it as much in these cars as I do in the next gens. Obviously, you were there for the next gens when they first brought the next gens out and we raced on there. It's like riding on an ice rink. With these cars, it's just like any other track. It's tire control, tire management, and making sure you keep your tires underneath you and not over race the track. Take what the track gives you. Obviously, over time, I've learned to just lay back and let the track come to me and save where I can and make up that ground later on the long runs.
Well, Vince, again, congratulations on the victory here at Talladega. Before we let you go, is there anybody you want to thank?
My wife is my pillar. She is iRacing through and through. She's been my co-crew chief. She's on my car. She supported all our leagues, iRacing in general, and just me as a racer and my family. I want to send some prayers out to my stepfather, Dennis Barton, who's fighting prostate cancer right now. I just found out yesterday. So prayers to my stepmom and my stepdad. Pops, I'm thinking of you, bud. My brother Kyle, my nephew Landon, my granddaughters Kira Raylyn and Amari, my stepdaughters Shelby and Rayleigh. You HBR TV best broadcaster on the sim, period, or hands down. And thanks to Derek Welch and None Thumbs Racing, great league.
All right, Vince. Well, again, congratulations, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Good luck next week at Texas.
Thanks, guys.
It was Vince Short, your race winner here at Talladega Super Speedway. Next, we're going to jump into the number 79 machine. Dave Hoitzma. Dave, it's Steve in the HBR TV booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Dave, man, congratulations on P2. You started in the 8th position here tonight. Up and down the field all evening long, but you were there when it counted. Tell us about your race finish.
Well, I guess it's better to be lucky than good sometimes. I was going for a top 10 there, and then the wreck coming into 3 and 4, and then right at the start-finish line there, and yeah.
Picked up a bunch of spots with a chaos coming to the stripe. The better to be lucky than good line. I think I said that at least once or twice tonight, and it certainly is true. You managed to take home P2 tonight. Next week, we're going into Texas Motor Speedway. Certainly much different than Talladega here tonight. What are your thoughts going into that place?
Nothing really. Just hoping for another good finish, another good points night. Try and get some stage points, and keep trying to climb up the standings.
Well, Dave, congratulations once again. Before we let you go, I'm sure there's plenty of people in the background to help you get this thing done, whether it's friends, family, or sponsors. Let's hear it.
Thanks to you for broadcasting. Thanks to the admins for all the hard work they do. Great league. Love this league. Thanks to my wife for watching. She's always there watching me every week.
Family also very important. Again, Dave, nicely done here. P2 finish here at Talladega Super Speedway. Thanks for chatting with us, man. Good luck next week at Texas.
Thank you, sir.
It was Dave Hoitzma, your second place finisher here at Talladega Super Speedway. Next, we're going to bring Jake Rowell up into the booth, and this is where I find out if I'm saying his name right or not. Jake, it's Steve in the HBR TV broadcast booth. I've been saying Rowell all night long. Am I completely off, or am I kind of close?
Oh, you're absolutely spot on. I appreciate it. A lot of people get it wrong. They'll just say roll or whatever, but you got it right.
All right. Well, at least we're getting that part of it right. Third place finish here for you tonight. You were really, really strong. Certainly plenty of experience here in the iRacing sim. Tell us about your night. What happened there at the finish, and was there anything you could have done to change things here, maybe take that top spot tonight?
Yeah, it was, coming into the race, I didn't know what to expect. This is my first ever race in this league, so never raced with a lot of these guys except for the couple of people that I, knew previously coming into it. So it was going to be a can of worms, but just kind of got into it, and, it went really well. It was very strong. I really like plate racing. At the end there, it just sucks getting turned through the tri-oval when you can see the checkered line or the finish line right there, but that's just kind of one of those racing deals. The 16 I think got shoved from behind a little too hard, and it was kind of just a little accordion effect, but I'll take a top 3.
Definitely seemed like a chain reaction there coming to the stripe. No one's going to lift. That's just the way that it goes, whether it's in the iRacing sim or even in real life. Walk us through the lap 20, I think it was, incident. Double checking here. I might have it completely wrong. Yeah, I do have it wrong. But the contact between yourself and Vincent Short, you guys got together. You did a pretty good job pushing him down the back straightaway. Then off of 4, made some more contact. Vince ended up going around and smashed the inside safer barrier. Talk us through that. I know these ARCA cars are very touchy as far as pushing is concerned.
Yeah, it was unfortunate to say the least. I know they're in the playoffs, and I didn't know who was in the playoffs, and I was honestly just trying to push them to the stage win, not trying to do anything crazy that early. And it was just kind of one of those things where, and I told them this during the race too, like you said, I've got a lot of experience on here. I just totally forgot the fact that you can't really push that hard in these things, and I just got to him, and unfortunately it lifted his rear end and sent him to the inside wall, but thankfully he obviously was, able to use his fast repair and ended up winning the thing. So it was good to see that. It was just obviously my complete fault, misjudged it. You know, I was totally content with just riding behind him to the end of stage 1.
Definitely a crapshoot when you're pushing in these cars. Sometimes there's a big advantage to doing it, and other times it's a big disaster. It's kind of hit and miss sometimes, but either way, it didn't really hurt Vince too bad because he ended up with the win. Again, you here at P3. Are you going to be with us next week for Texas?
Yeah, I think it will. You know, it's got nothing really going on Saturday nights for the most part, so hopefully try to be here as much as possible. Texas should be a blast. But yeah, I'm looking forward to, you know, running here. They got, you know, it was really clean, especially for a plate race for being 80 laps. You know, we only had, I think, like 2 or 3 actual, you know, yellow flags from wrecks. So I'm looking forward to see, you know, what's ahead here.
Well, Jake, again, congratulations on the 3rd place finish. Thanks for chatting with us. Good luck going into next week. Is there anybody you need to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I just want to shout out all my teammates with Eons Motorsports. Nathan Mon was running up front really well, as well as Michael LeBlanc, and then Stan as well. And John Osborne runs in this league quite a bit. Unfortunately, I guess he had some issue setting up a new rig of his. I know he said he was in the playoffs, so that was a big bummer for him. But, you know, I got to thank those guys. We had a lot of fun tonight trying to bring home the win, and, you know, at least we got a top 3.
All right, so it's Nathan Mon, not Man. I definitely screwed that one up.
All good. He gets that all the time, too.
All right, Jake. Well, thanks for talking to us, man. Good luck next week in Texas.
Likewise, appreciate it, and thanks for doing the broadcast. It looks great so far from what I've seen.
Thanks for the kind words, man. That was Jake Roel, 3rd place finisher here at Talladega Super Speedway. That's really going to wrap it up for us here at Talladega, the Numb Thumbs Racing League ARCA Series. This was a good one. Talladega is sometimes a crapshoot, sometimes it's a complete wreck fest, sometimes you got really good racing, and sometimes you got tons of drama. We had a little bit of everything here tonight. Vincent Short ends up taking the top spot, the checkered flag here, and again, it was maybe the last 200-300 yards at most. The leaders all wrecked. Vince got through it, took the checkered flag, and unfortunately for Derek Welch, he ended up finishing, I think, in P13. I think I've got Derek available here. I'm going to try and pull him up in the booth. Derek, it's Steve Singer in the HBR TV booth. You got a good copy?
Hey, what's up, brother?
I saw you hanging here in the green room, so I figured I'd give you an opportunity to have a word, man. Tell us about your race and an unfortunate 13th place finish for you.
It's frustrating, very frustrating. I was just down there talking to Vince. I came over to talk to Vince, congratulate him, and it's very frustrating. I don't know. Drove the wheels off the car today, and on that last restart, I don't know what the 53 mindset was doing what the movie made, and I feel like if that caution did come out, I feel like we would probably won it. On that last caution, on that last run right there, 30 comes up and blocks me, which kind of surprised me. I didn't think he would have blocked me on the middle of a backstretch like that, but he did, and we got 4 wide, and we ended up wrecking, and I lost my stuff. So I'm glad I don't streak, because there would have been some no words on my stream. But it's very frustrating. I was really hoping to make up on points right there and get a good solid win or at least finish. But
Derek, you
it's super track racing.
You spent a ton of time here at the front of the field tonight. I can certainly understand the frustration. You at least had a solid top 3 finish getting ready to happen. Things just didn't turn out the way that you had planned, but we're still relatively early. What are your thoughts going into next week at Texas Motor Speedway?
Tire saving strategies. I like it. I feel like me and Vincent's gonna be me, Vincent, and Joe is gonna be the ones up running in front majority of the race, and I know Joe. He's not very good on tire saving, so. So yeah, I kind of believe it's gonna be whoever just saves them tires better. So I don't know. It's gonna be this. I don't know if Ricky comes next week, it's probably gonna be us 3 in front. But Texas is one of them tracks. Sometimes I do good at them. Sometimes I just lay an egg. So, guess it depends on the day.
Well, either way, we're looking forward to it. Again, a great run tonight. Unfortunately, not the finish that you expected for the effort that you put in. Congratulations. Thanks for talking to us. I will ask, before we let you go, I know it's not a great finish for you, but I'm certain that you've got some help, some partners, some people you want to thank before we let you get out of here. Who do you have to thank?
Well, Done Thumbs Gaming, y'all for putting on this excellent broadcast, coming in and helping us later part of the year here at ARCA. The EP Graphics, the guy that paints my car for me, my sponsor, all that good stuff. And for the fans out there watching, appreciate y'all tuning in and supporting us here at Thumbs Gaming and HBR TV.
All right, Derek. Well, thanks for chatting with us, man. Good luck next week.
I appreciate it, bro.
It was Derek Welch, your 13th place finisher. We pulled him up. He was available, so we had to take the opportunity. He was up front here most of the night. Really a tough break for Derek Welch. Came in here 2 points shy of Vincent Short. Vince, of course, ends up taking the top spot, taking the win tonight. So that gap to second is going to grow between himself and Derek Welch. So really a tough break for those guys. It's going to be very interesting to see how things change, if they change, going into next week at Texas Motor Speedway. So make sure you guys tune in for it. Saturday night, Texas Motor Speedway. Tune in here, 8 p.m. in the East. I think we go live with qualifying about 8:10. So we got a little wiggle room there if y'all need it. But please, if you haven't already done so, like, follow, share, subscribe at facebook.com/HBRTV1. Also on the YouTube side at HBRTV1. Turn on the notifications. That is the most important part. That way, in case you forget, hey, there's a race tonight, you are notified by your phone or whatever you're using to follow the races, to watch the races, that we are going live. Race is going to happen. In case you forget, we're good to go there. We're going to take a quick look here at the race results, official race results. We talked to our top three. Vincent Short, Dave Hoytsma, Jake Roel. Fourth was James Bowden. Fifth, the 16 of Joe Robert. Tim Stubblefield finished in P6. Seventh place position was Ken Stocks. Nathan Mon was in the 30. He was 8th. Tom Barish, the 55, brought home a 9th place finish. Richard Gray, the 110, was 10th. Ricky Fagan, again involved in that late race incident. He was 11th. Dave Harden, 12th. Derek Welch, 13th. We just spoke to a moment ago. 14th position was Matthew Smith. 15th went to Mark Collins. Mark was pretty quick early on. Just not getting the finish to show for it, unfortunately for him. 16th was Michael LeBlanc. 17th, Stan Carnathan. And I think that's going to round out the field. I thought we had 18, but it is indeed just 17 cars tonight. Honestly, a great race. This was a fun one to call. It was a lot of action across the board. And again, I have to go out on a limb here and thank the Stubblefield family. They got a 6th place finish here with Tim Stubblefield. But you guys were large and in charge in the stream chat. Thank you so much for being a big participant in that. It makes this racing, this broadcasting, all of that so much better. You really add to it, and I do appreciate that participation. But again, that will wrap it up from Talladega Super Speedway. I'm Steve Singer with HBR TV, congratulating Vincent Short on his win. We'll see you guys at Texas next week, everybody. Have a good night.